hello, it is very good to see you, or it will be very good to see you when we start our classes this coming week, in the next few days, my goodness. So, we have been asked as teachers to do a short introduction video to get you guys used to what you might be seeing in the next couple of days, over the next couple of weeks, however long this strange period in our lives goes on till. So I've made, oh my goodness, cue cards so that you can listen and see for your benefit. So, a couple of things to make this really easy, a couple of points that you'll be seeing a lot from your other teachers. So a lot of this is going to be repetitive, redundant, but the more you hear it, hopefully the more you'll be used to it. So first things first, Zoom classroom meetings. So this is how you're going to be taught by us. You are going to get a link for a Zoom class meeting on Google Classroom. So that means if I see you, for example, first thing on Tuesday, so if I see you for period 1, and that is from, let's see, from noon until 1, you'll have a link there that says, Miss Wales has invited you to a Zoom meeting from 12 to 1. Click here to enter that meeting. So it'll kind of walk you through from there. If you've ever done, you know, any sort of live streaming or watching, you probably already kind of know how this works. I think you're getting used to it in a very big hurry. Probably you might be more used to it than some of the grown-ups who you'll be interacting with will be. So maybe teach them a thing or two. So Zoom meetings, it is how you will get in touch with us. Now we are doing an AB week, so this coming week, this week that we start this, it's an A-day week. So your A-day classes will be there. That means I will see you guys once this week, not at all next week, and then the following week. So I'm not going to see you guys very much, but it's better than nothing. Google Classroom, oh my gosh, my favorite. So Google Classroom is where everything is going to be. Unless we're on Zoom, we're on Google Classroom. So Google Classroom is where you get your Zoom Classroom links. It is where you are going to have your project list of ideas, and you're going to have a lot of them. So you're going to want to be able to go to Google Classroom and see that list so you can pick stuff that you like. It's where you can talk to me when I have office hours, which we'll talk about in a second. It's going to be where you turn stuff in. So if you do a project, I won't know it unless you put it in on Google Classroom turn-in folders like we've done in the past. You guys should be pretty used to Google Classroom by now. I will say Google Classroom about 30 more times during this video. Number 3, office hours. Yes, I have office hours. So if you have a question, if you have a concern of any kind, for some of the day in the morning and some of the day in the afternoon, I will have office hours. So if you type me a message on Google Classroom during my office hours, or pretty much whenever, I will get to it as soon as I can to make sure that you get what you need when you get it. So if you have a question like, Miss Wales, I don't know where to turn this in, can you show me where? Or Miss Wales, I'm having a hard time uploading this thing that I did. Or Miss Wales, if I draw a picture out of ketchup and mustard, does that count? I'd love to see that happen, but maybe ask permission first from your parents or whoever you're living with. But office hours are basically ask me a question anytime, I'll get back to you. On Google Classroom. Thing number 4, grading and work expectations. Now, this is a weird time for all of us, and you know that, as always, in our class, I am grading you 99% of the time on your ability to try, your effort that you put into your work. So if you've never painted before, but you're willing to try it, you do that in class, you know I'm grading you on your ability to try something new. If you are doing something for the first time or doing something for the 100th time, I'm grading you almost always on your ability to try. So if you have art supplies at home, great. If you don't have art supplies at home, it's not the end of the world. You have your iPad. You can use whatever you like, whatever you can. And I'm going to grade you based on your ability to try, not based on if you have an art store at home. Okay? That would be very fair. Try your best. Your best is always enough. Thing number 5, projects. So, because we are in a strange situation, because some of you may have art supplies at home, some of you may have your iPad, some of you might have both. Some of you, you know, have things that you like to work with but don't really get to very much in class due to the projects that we're doing. So what you're going to have is you're going to have a huge amount of free choice between the projects that you choose and the materials in which you do those in. So you're going to have what looks like a really large, almost like a bingo board for the first 2 times we meet. So that's this week, the following A-day week, or A-day schedule that we have. You're going to pick a couple of those and you're going to label what you've chosen, be it drawing a pet, take a photograph of something that shows an artwork, or draw a comic of something that's happened to you. Whatever you pick, label it and turn it in on Google Classroom. Doesn't matter what you draw it with. It can be on your iPad, it can be with crayons, it can be with markers, paint, pencil. Again, you can draw it with ketchup and mustard. It would probably smell really bad and you'd probably not want to keep it for very long, but if that's the art supply you choose, go for it. You live that dream. Maybe don't though. I'm not going to stop you though. All right. Thing number 6, behavior expectations. Just like when we're in class, you know, be good. It's pretty easy. You're going to be seeing me for only an hour every 2 weeks. That is not a lot of time. And I would very much like for you guys to get as much as you can out of that hour. So if I, as the Zoom meeting host, have to ask you to maybe stop goofing off, maybe make sure that your screen name, your whatever you're doing on screen that I can see you is appropriate, making sure that you're being good, don't make that what I'm spending my time doing. I want to hang out with you guys. So if I had to put you on mute, I'll do that. If I have to ask you like more than twice to get it together, I'm just going to kick you out of the Zoom meeting, which means you miss out on instructions. It also means that I have to get in touch with the assistant principals, which is not my favorite. It's not your favorite either. Come on, guys. You're going to be great. You don't ever give me trouble in the past. All right. Wrapping this up. In summary, I love summaries. It's the short version of all of this stuff. So, thing number 1, Zoom meetings. We're going to have them. Hopefully you'll be there for an hour. It's not a lot of time, so we want to use that time well. Every like 2 weeks so far. You'll get a link on that on Google Classroom, which brings us to Google Classroom. That's where your assignments are going to be, your Zoom meeting links. That's where you can talk to me during my office hours. It is where you turn stuff in. I'm running out of fingers, but if you don't know where something is, check Google Classroom. Thing 3, office hours. Got a question? Ask me on Google Classroom. Thing 4, try your best. I'm grading you on your ability to be as flexible and as risk-taking as you can be during this weird time. If you are making art, I'm going to grade you for it, okay? All right. Thing 5, choose your project. Pick some stuff that you like. You're going to have a huge variety of stuff to choose from. All right, pick something that you like, pick something you think you can do, go from there. Turn it in on Google Classroom. Thing 5. I already said thing 5, didn't I? That's why you got to be in school. Thing 6, be good. If we're on a Zoom meeting, don't make my job have to be difficult or your job to be difficult by being silly on camera. I know it's a big temptation to be silly on camera. Let's face it, it's difficult not to be, but don't let it get out of hand, okay? Last thing, Google Classroom. It's where your stuff's going to be. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys. I hope we're going to have a decent time doing this Zoom classroom. I hope even more that I get to see you soon. Stay safe, stay healthy, be nice to each other. I'm very much looking forward to getting started to hang out with you guys again. So until then.